Hey everyone, I'm Caroline Rena from the Ride of My Life podcast, and this is especially important for these two groups, glimmers of hope that I have for alienated moms and the all-inclusive group for other family members and moms. And I just wanted to touch base with you. I've been staying with my friend here, Valerie, since May, and it's been part of my healing journey, and it's been amazing. And we just had a conversation after I posted something yesterday in the group, in the moms group, about how saying things about our exes actually can re-traumatize our kids. And you know, working through this process, I was actually an alienated child myself, and I know what that felt like when my dad used to call my mother like the witch or the stupid witch, or you know, whatever. And even though I never really ended up with a great relationship with her or whatever until close to the end, it affected me because I've never felt whole in my life. I never understood that part of me. And it turned out that a good chunk of who my mother was, I have similar traits. Okay, so I wanted to bring Valerie on real quick because we started having a conversation about that this morning, and I wanted her to explain, you know, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, what this does to a child when we talk poorly about the other parent, where, especially online, if it's on social media, where the kids are on there and they can see that, and it's like, wait, what, you know, so it doesn't help bring the relationship back together the way we'd like it to, I don't believe. But I'll let Valerie kind of, you know, explain who she is, or a little bit of her background, and then kind of go with that couple minutes of explanation. So.
Yeah, so thanks. We were just having a conversation, and I said something that Caroline thought might be important for you to understand. And so I'm a licensed professional counselor. I work with adult women. So what I experience every day in my work is historical, developmental, relational type of trauma, which can also be intergenerational. But in this case, what I said that was impactful for her and why she wanted to do this was, when a child, an offspring, hears something negative about the other parent, they can't go into their body and to every cell and separate what the genetic material is for each parent. It's almost like splitting them in half. It creates intrapsychic stress, and they actually can't do anything about it. And so they can annihilate themselves in various ways to sort of like get back at the other parent, or they annihilate themselves, or they could feel like that. And I wanted to share my experiences that my mother would sometimes say these things about our father, so he was always the one that was at fault. Yes, he grew up in orphanages. Yes, he had early loss and trauma from being put up into orphanages by a living parent. But basically, there's not anything I could do about it. So what it puts a child or an offspring, an adult offspring, in harm's way because they're almost battling their every cell in their body. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, because our cells are connect us spiritually too. So it's like we don't know who we are. We don't know anything about, you know, what we're about, why we're here, why are we here? Everybody's fighting, you know, whatever that is, and it isn't fair for us to not even know this in order to be available for our kids, because we need to do the healing work in order to be there and understand what to say and what not to say. And you know, when Valerie said something about the cells, I was like, whoa, because that made so much sense to me, because those cells don't change until we allow that. The what do you call it? When the neural pathways we've been through this a couple of times, but when the neural pathways, when we do our healing work, the neural pathways change and they help, and it connects directly to the cell, so it helps us to heal. But if we're constantly as children, being berated and told these things that our parents who we love, it doesn't matter, feel within themselves because they're angry or whatever, that affects us. And that's why I wanted Valerie to come.
Yeah, and I want to share something too, and the reason I said cells is because epigenetic trauma affects how our genes are turned on and off. Mm-hmm. The genes don't change, but their expression can change. Mm-hmm. And so it's intergenerational. And so if you want to stop the cycle, don't say the negative things about people in your children's genetic code.
Mm-hmm. That's powerful. That's really powerful.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it actually cultivate a culture of forgiveness. And I don't even like that word, but I would say, is there something that you can be grateful for of the traits that the other parent did contribute? And it's very small. It can be really subtle, but your child's going to notice. Mm-hmm. Because they're going to be like, what, that's okay that I have that I am that I carry that. And it will start to create some softness in the child, but also in the relationship.
Yeah, and this isn't meant to like bash anyone. This is like a full awareness for me from that conversation, because it's just important for my own healing journey, and the fact that this awareness is there. It is not meant to demean anybody, because I just want to make sure people can understand the big deal that it is in our children, because we're establishing our future generations, and when we are all traumatized, then nobody can, everybody's got this stuff going on, and it's really hard to be in existence, really, because we don't even really know who we are, and
it's
that's
really
sad.
Think about it as an investment in your grandchildren
and your children. I mean,
well,
yeah, because
if it's more about the investment in future generations.
Right. Yes, yeah.
So that's why I wanted to say that. But this is going on.
So anyway, I wanted to just connect with you guys and let you know from a professional perspective and from my dear friend, Valerie.
Thanks for inviting me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming on.
All right.
Yay. So have a great day.
Bye.
And we'll see you soon.